Meanwhile, local rock group Jagstar is back from its first world tour, compliments of the U.S. military.
Now, the Knoxville band toured 5 countries, but they did it in just 4 weeks, performing for coalition troops stationed in the Middle East. But as Live at 5's Kay Watson learned, the group's music actually became secondary during their trip. Kay?
Sarah Russell, during the next 3 days, will share Jagstar's video diary of the experience. Band members shot more than 10 hours of footage. Tonight, the first 2 stops, Kyrgyzstan and Afghanistan. It was the end of February, and the musicians say it was clear they were in a war zone.
You think you know? You have no idea. This is the diary of Jagstar, Middle East Tour 2003. Just the anticipation was absolutely killing me. We just didn't know what to expect, and it just took so long.
So we come in, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and we come to the first gate. This is after driving through barricades and barbed wire and all this stuff. They stop, this huge soldier gets on, and that's when it hit me. It's like, this is real stuff. This is not, play out here. This is for real.
Morning from Ganzi Air Force Base in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. Off in the distance you can hear the sound of freedom, as it's referred to here on the post. A couple of F-16s on patrol high over the skies of Central Asia. From Knoxville to Memphis is how far we are from China right now, about 900 kilometers.
And they said, well, hey, does anybody want to put on a suit, take a jog, we'll show you what one of the attack dogs does. And so I said, sure, I'll do it. So I got suited up and took off on my little jog, and he tore me up. Knocked me off my feet. Yeah, just
A big knot on his head, he was bleeding. And
Oh yeah, nice bump, man.
And we actually had 2 shows that day, and gave me some BDUs to wear during the show, so I was all Army girled out. It was cool.
See, I never played a show with a bunch of people all dressed the same and holding guns, so I was like, let's do a good job here. These people are armed, so.
And they needed it so bad for their morale, and they were very, very appreciative. Too appreciative, actually, because we kept saying, no, thank you.
Hey, I'm Matt Bowers. I'm a tanker pilot flying out here in Kyrgyzstan. Thanks for coming out and seeing us, and say hi to Sylvia Brinkman and Skip Brinkman, and go Vols!
What do you got to say, Jay Daniel?
I sure didn't think that I'd be strapped into the back of a C-130 on my 3rd day here, but wow. Wow!
They told us, don't step off the concrete. There's landmines, and showed us where the bomb shelters were if there were any attacks. And they told us, oh, don't worry, there hasn't been an attack in 3 weeks. So, 3 weeks? What are you talking about?
So Brad, the drummer, about to get the authentic Marine Corps haircut.
There was a guy, another Marine, shaving another Marine's head. He's like, oh, we also do haircuts here. Just kind of joking around. I was like, anybody want a haircut? I was like, sure, I'll take one. So he was like, no, you won't do it, William. I was like, yeah, give me a haircut.
Flip the screen around. I want to see what's going on here.
Here's the leftovers of my first traditionally prepared Afghani meal. So if I missed the show tonight, you'll know why.
Overall, it's pretty good stuff.
Awesome.
I enjoy the Afghani food.
And that night, the military doctor came to our tent in Bagram and said, I heard you ate the food. You were not supposed to do that. Here's some antibiotic and a deworming pill.
of which I now will take a plethora. We took the deworming pills and stayed for another 2 days and 1 night, or 2 nights and 3 days. I think it was.
Yeah.
We were stuck.
Stuck in Afghanistan.
Stuck in Afghanistan.
Doctors were concerned whether the food JAG-STAR shared with Afghan military generals and the U.S. troops in Kabul had been prepared under sanitary conditions. They quarantined the band in Afghanistan, delaying their departure. Now tomorrow, the group's next 2 stops, Pakistan and Qatar. Sarah Russell.
What an awesome, awesome story. Are they glad to be back on American soil?
Very glad, very proud. They say more patriotic than ever, and they say they really have grown to appreciate what we have here in the States.
Understandably. All right. Thanks, Kay.
Visit Pakistan and Qatar with local band JAG-STAR. They spent 2 weeks in the Middle East entertaining the troops, seeing exotic places with local eyes. It's the JAG-STAR Desert Diary on the next Live at 5.
Well, Knoxville band JAG-STAR never imagined its first world tour would be to the Middle East.
They actually performed for coalition troops stationed there just days before the war in Iraq began. Live at 5's Kay Watson joins us now with part 2 of JAG-STAR's video diary. Hi, Kay.
Hi, Russell. Hi, Sarah. The group shot the video you're about to see, then sat down with us when they returned. Now, last night, band members took us to Kyrgyzstan and Afghanistan. Tonight, the group's next 2 stops, in bright red, Pakistan and Qatar. Though the atmosphere was less intense, signs of the impending war stood out all around them.
Good morning from Pakistan.
Welcome to Pakistan, huh?
A little bit of
Check it out.
little bit of a weather difference, huh, Sarah?
It was definitely a 180. It was like a beach town almost compared to where we had been because it was warm and breezy.
Everybody's out there, they're like grilling hamburgers and playing volleyball, and these guys are coming in with their cooler full of near beer.
No weapons. So, you know, that was just so much different than the unloading process we had 4 days earlier.
Pakistan has been the coolest place that we've been, hands down.
Hands down.
Even though it was kind of laid back and warm and beachy, there was, I mean, you could see the Taliban flags surrounding the base. It kind of reminded you where you were. You don't get too comfortable.
$4,000? Let me put this back over here where I got it.
We are JAG-STAR from Knoxville, Tennessee. We are so glad to be here. Thanks for coming out, and here's another song for you.
The music aspect of it, us actually performing, it really became the smallest part of the trip, what it was about. You know, we were morale officers. We were over there to meet the troops, find out what they do, talk to them.
I'm Jimmy, I'm from Scotland. RAF Lossiemouth, the premier bombing squadron up there. You enjoy yourself, lads?
They were coalition bases.
You had the Koreans, the Italians, Dutch, of course the British, Spanish.
All over the place. We didn't.
Aussies.
I didn't expect that.
No, I didn't either. All the soldiers from all over the world were so young. There were, you know, a lot of 18, 19, and 20-year-old soldiers.
Sorry I'm holding you guys up. Say what's up to the camera.
What's up, camera?
We were driving through the city, and there were all these palaces, beautiful palaces.
I think average income was supposed to be, I think they said like $2.5 million was like the average income.
Bye, Sarah.
They had a swimming pool on the base, and they had a bar, and they even had a Baskin Robbins and Pizza Hut.
There was so much hustle and bustle going on.
You could tell, okay, something's about to happen. You just had that feeling because there was a lot going on. There were a lot more troops coming in every day. A lot of planes were coming in, taking off.
That was our biggest show, I think, when we played there. I think it was
a huge base.
A couple thousand people.
JAG-STAR rocks, man. I'm a drummer for 12 years, and I gotta say, you guys kick butt.
As we now know, Qatar became the headquarters for Central Command during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Now tomorrow night, the last leg of their journey, Bahrain, and a live performance here in studio. Sarah Russell.
Kay, how did they even get this opportunity?
Well, they applied for it right around September 11, 2001, and then they actually didn't find out that they got the invitation until January 2003, and they left the very next month, February.
Wow, unbelievable.
Awesome. Thanks, Kay. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Kay. Ride a camel, fly a C-130, soak up some rays, entertain the troops. Join local band JAG-STAR in Bahrain. It's the last stop on their tour of the Middle East, and they take you there with their video diary on the next Live at 5.
Sarah and Russell looking forward to a little rock show coming up here in a second.
That's right. Stay tuned for that. All right. Well, before JagStar's World Tour, half the Knoxville band had actually never even been out of the country. Performing for coalition troops stationed in the Middle East gave all the band members a new appreciation for the United States.
The band spent 4 weeks abroad and returned just days before the first bombs fell on Iraq. The group shot all the video that you're about to see. Now, for the past 2 nights, we followed them through Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Qatar. The group's final stop, Bahrain, was more like a vacation in many ways.
So everything just changed for the better.
Oh my gosh, paradise.
Oh, we're just looking around. We can't believe where we are from what we've been through, you know, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, to where we are now.
The weather's great. It looks like Hawaii there.
You could just look out and you see palm trees everywhere, and the water was blue.
Sure enough, we drive up to this gorgeous 5-star hotel.
Fresh squeezed juice and fruit, cheese, and crackers, hors d'oeuvres.
We had a meeting with our escort for Bahrain, and he told us, he said, this is your reward. You've done a great thing. I want you to relax and have a good time, and we're not going to bother you before 2 p.m.
Trying to find our way to the pool right now. Bahrain, 5-star hotel.
The pool, man. Phew. I mean the pool, not the pool man. The pool was outstanding.
Fountains, the little fountain, the dolphin fountains, and then there was the hot tub area of the pool.
Probably up to this point, I was at least ready to come home because I was just I was getting scared, I was kind of wanting to be home, but once we got here, I was okay with staying, a lot longer.
It's a tough life in Bahrain.
Hey, we're going to go see the Tree of Life. It's the oldest and only living tree in the desert, and there's no water source around, and it's still green. Very cool.
We were on our way to a secret military base.
That doesn't exist?
That doesn't exist, to perform. And we just stopped off at the Tree of Life in the Arabian Desert. We were standing there and admiring the tree, and the King of Bahrain's camels came walking up behind us.
And there's a couple guys who walk them just like his pets every day, just walking them through the desert. So we go over there and, we say, hey, can we get up on the camel? So we get up on the camel, get some pictures taken, and it's just really neat. It's one of those epiphanies. You're just like, am I really here,
Wave!
The whole trip started hitting me at that point.
It was a little weirded out in the beginning, but it really, really did make a difference when we stepped on stage, and we kept remembering why we were there.
They were doing me a favor because I was getting paid for it, and I was having the time of my life doing stuff that I never would have thought I would ever be doing.
I got to do something for my country, and I've got to do something for my country without having to shoot anybody or shoot a gun or shoot a weapon. That's always been a fear of mine, is have to do something like that, how hard it would be, and to actually carry my guitar over there and be able to serve my country.
I have grown to have a newfound respect for every day that I get, here, and every minute that I'm doing music or I'm doing art or I'm doing things that I love.
If JagStar never does anything again, I'll totally be happy, after experiencing all that. Although I think we're going to keep on going. My favorite angel.
Well, JagStar is back. They're live in our studio right now. Sarah, tell me, how different was it performing over there than performing for the crowds you do in Knoxville or around the Southeast?
Probably the biggest difference is when we played there, we played for a huge number of people for the first time. And usually you build your audience, around here in the Southeast, but
and they researched you, right, on the internet?
They did. We went there. We were surprised. We were walking down the street in Pakistan, and some guy said, "Hey, JJ, Brad, Sarah."